Grayson Blackwell, the multimillionaire founder of Blackwell Ventures, had one goal: humiliate his ex-wife at the grandest wedding Silver Grove had ever seen. But when Celeste Warren walked in wearing a midnight blue gown, flanked by two sharply dressed boys who mirrored Grayson's features, the world stopped. His bride-to-be's smile faded. His champagne glass trembled. And what Celeste said before walking away left the room in stunned silence. Stay to the end to see how betrayal turned into triumph. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional stories like this. Celeste Warren held the pregnancy test in shaking hands. After years of heartbreak, she was finally going to be a mother. She spent the day cooking Grayson Blackwell's favorite meal, lighting candles, placing a pair of tiny baby shoes near his wine glass. But when Grayson came home to their luxury penthouse, drenched from rain and expressionless, he didn't notice the smell of ribeye or the warm light. "Pack your bags," he said flatly. "I want you out by morning." The test slipped from her fingers and hit the floor. Her world crumbled. 4 months later, Celeste stood in a tiny bathroom on Elridge Street, looking at herself in a cracked mirror. She was pregnant and exhausted. Her maternity clothes came from donation bins. Her meals stretched between two mouths. She worked overnight cleaning schools and spent weekends scrubbing houses. Grayson's attorneys left her with nothing. He'd called her worthless and threw her away. But resting her hand on her growing belly, she whispered, "I'm not done yet." Celeste's water broke as she mopped the 19th floor bathroom of a downtown hotel. Clutching the sink, she called her sister, Renee, who rushed to her side. Paramedics took her to City General, where Celeste gave birth to twin boys, Kieran and Ezra. Kieran entered the world wailing, bold and fierce. Ezra followed, quieter, gripping her finger with a strength she'd never known. Wrapped in rough hospital blankets, she held them close and cried, not from fear but from a fierce vow. They will never feel unloved. Motherhood in a single-room flat was battle. Celeste returned to work days after giving birth. She carried one baby on her chest, laid the other in a laundry basket beside her. Sleep was rare. Food uncertain. Then one day something changed. A woman trying to sell her condo tasted one of Celeste's homemade empanadas and asked to buy more. Word spread. Celeste's cooking became her salvation. From that, Warren's Gatherings was born. It started small, just enough to survive. But one order became 5, then 10. Hope had quietly found a way back in. 5 years later, Celeste stood in her cozy home in Ridgeview Hills, preparing empanadas for a large family order. Her boys, now energetic 5-year-olds, slept soundly in their shared room. Her business was booming. What began as a means to survive became a respected catering brand. Gone was Elridge Street. Now she lived in a modest but warm 2-bedroom home. Her clientele? Lawyers, doctors, even council members. The sleepless nights hadn't ended, but now they had purpose. Her boys had a backyard, a routine, a mother who'd never let them down. And Celeste? She had power. That same month, Celeste booked her largest client to date, Mrs. Winthrop, planning a $5,000 wedding in Silver Grove's elite district. Pulling up in her well-loved SUV, she no longer felt small among mansions. She wore a tailored blazer, carried a sleek portfolio, and spoke with quiet strength. When asked how she began her business, she smiled. "I had to survive. So I created something to carry my sons and me through the fire." Later that night her phone rang. Haven Crest Academy. Celeste held her breath. "We'd like to offer Kieran and Ezra partial scholarships." She collapsed into her kitchen chair, hands over her face in disbelief. Her boys, her world, would soon attend the most prestigious school in Silver Grove. Peeking into their bedroom, she saw Kieran hugging his dinosaur plush, Ezra sprawled like royalty. She whispered, "We did it, babies." He'd said she'd be nothing. Look where they were now. Across the city, Grayson Blackwell stood on the balcony of his glass-wrapped penthouse, sipping scotch beside his new fiancée, Madison Vale. He had money, power, and a dream wedding at the Goldmore estate. But in quiet moments, a strange hollowness crept in. Madison was perfect, polished, admired, but not real. Still, Grayson craved perfection. Legacy. Appearances. As his planner, Miss Kira, reviewed the guest list, he paused. Then said the words that would rewrite everything. "Send a full invite." To Celeste. The invitation came in a silk-lined envelope, delivered by a man in a tux. Celeste opened it slowly. "Mr. Grayson Blackwell and Ms. Madison Vale. Request the honor of your presence." A handwritten note inside read, "Some people move on. Come see how well I did." It was petty, cruel, typical Grayson. But Celeste wasn't the broken woman he'd left behind. She picked up the phone and called Renee. He thinks this is his big moment, she said calmly. But he doesn't know what's coming. The plan? Walk in. Say nothing. Let her presence speak. Celeste chose a midnight blue gown from Maison Duclair, elegant, regal. The twins had tuxes tailored just for them. She booked a luxury car, hired a photographer, not for show but for memories. This wasn't revenge. It was truth. She wasn't there to confront him. She came to show what he'd thrown away, a mother who raised sons with love and built a legacy from ashes. At the Goldmore estate, crystal chandeliers sparkled above the elite of Silvergrove. At 7:15 p.m., a sleek black sedan arrived. Celeste stepped out first, gown gliding behind her. Kieran and Ezra followed like royalty. Heads turned. Is that a Maison gown? Someone whispered. She must be someone important. Celeste passed the valet with calm grace. Her boys flanking her, she walked like she belonged. Mr. Duval, the maitre d', welcomed her. Mrs. Warren, magnificent as always. She nodded. Thank you. Grayson hadn't seen her yet. As cocktail hour buzzed in the garden, Celeste mingled. Clients she once catered for lit up at the sight of her. Is that Warren's gatherings? She did the governor's anniversary gala. Even Councilwoman Elena Ray approached with warmth. Celeste Warren? I didn't know you were invited. You look radiant. Thank you, Councilwoman. These are my boys, Kieran and Ezra. The twins shook hands with quiet confidence. Charmed, Kieran said. Guests whispered, curious. Celeste was no longer the ex-wife. She was elegance, strength, mystery. Inside, Grayson stood at the top of the stairs, scanning the ballroom, then froze. Celeste stood beneath the chandeliers, framed like royalty, her sons beside her. The blood drained from his face. Madison leaned over. Who's that? He swallowed. My ex-wife. Celeste moved through the room with grace. Her sons took their seats with perfect posture. Grayson approached, shaken. Celeste, you came. She smiled. Of course. I wouldn't miss it. No tears. No bitterness. Just calm power. He'd planned this moment for dominance. She had taken it from him with a glance. During dinner, Grayson couldn't focus. Celeste laughed with old clients. Ezra charmed a senator. Kieran traded jokes with Madison's uncle. Madison leaned in tense. Is there something I should know? He shook his head. What? The truth? He hadn't left a woman. He'd left greatness in its purest form. And now she stood before him, complete. Celeste caught his gaze once. No anger, no regret. Just closure. Then she stood, gathered her sons, and left. No scene. No need. She had said everything without speaking. In the car, Kieran asked, Did we do okay? You were perfect, Celeste whispered misty-eyed. Ezra grinned. Think he got the message? Celeste looked out at the glittering city. Oh, he heard it loud and clear. While Grayson twirled under chandeliers and photographers snapped away, Celeste lay between her sons, holding them tight. He had discarded her. But she rose. She conquered. And now he would live forever haunted by the woman he once called nothing. Because she had become everything he'd ever wanted. And she did it without him.